All right, hi guys. So one of the things that we're going to do to assess the third unit in Algebra 1, we're going to do a project where we're going to pretend that you're buying a car, you're going to take out a loan for that car, we're going to calculate depreciation for that car, et cetera, et cetera. And it's essentially just a really long worksheet that your numbers should be different than everyone else's numbers. So I'll go through exactly how you want to go about doing it and submitting all that stuff to me. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to pick out a car. So this may be something that you are interested in, like I want a Porsche 911. I don't know. Or the example that I will be doing, I am going to get a Toyota Camry 07, because that is actually my car, which I actually bought a while ago. And the cost of that vehicle when I bought it was $7,000. Boom. So you can look that stuff up you can just Google if you want to buy a modern car. If you want to buy an older car, you can go through Kelley Blue Book. My only requirement is that the car has to cost at least $1,000. So minimum $1,000. You can get as expensive as you want. You can get some. I've had kids who spent $2.5 million. If you can find that, great. Go ahead. That's fine. But find the cost of that vehicle. So that's going to be a really important number because that's what we're going to be using to find out things like the equation and everything else for this. So for instance, the next thing you're going to do with that, now write an equation for the total value or of a loan for this cost. I got to edit that. That's why you read all your stuff before you send it. So assume that you will be taking out a loan for the full cost of the vehicle, so we're not down paying anything, whatever, and that we're not going to be paying this down immediately, so the interest rate is going to go up. So for me, my equation would be, so I'm going to go over here, I'm going to insert an equation, y equals 7,000 times 1 plus, I don't need the decimal, plus, and then that would be 0.055 because that is what 5.5% is as a decimal. And then that is to the power x. Boom. That's the equation. So your equation should look pretty similar. If you want to truncate that and then just turn that into a 1.055, that's fine. The next thing that you're going to do, I'm not going to do this all the way out, but the next thing that you're going to do is use a calculator and calculate the total loan after 0 years, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, all the way up to 7. Use that table, just fill out all of those numbers there. You're using money, so when you use decimals, if you even use a decimal, only use 2 decimal places because when you pay, when money is calculated, you don't go past the second decimal, so just make sure you don't have that many decimal places. The next thing that you're going to do after that, I'm going to take this equation and I'm going to go to, you guys have seen this one before, but we're going to go to desmos.com and we're going to graph that one. So that's 7,000 times 1.055 to the power x. Boom. And obviously I can't see this right now, right? So I've got to zoom out a little bit. And a quick way to do this is the x-axis. I know that I don't need to go past 0 on one side. And I probably don't need to go past, let's say, 20. There we go. Go to 20. And then on the y-axis, I know that I don't need to go past 0. Nothing will be less than that. Let's go a little bit lower than that. So let's go to like -5. And it starts at 7,000. It's probably going to get pretty big. So let's go 10,000. Let's go bigger than that then. So let's go to 15,000. There we go. So here we have a graph. I can pull this back a little bit. So here I have a graph of what I want. I have, it should start around There it is at about 7,000. It's going to go up, so that's obviously increasing. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Depending on what kind of device, there are different ways to take a screenshot, so you should look that up. For Mac, it is Shift, the command button, and then 4. For anything else that's going to be different, there should be a way to take a screenshot. So do that, take your screenshot, go back here. I'm going to take this screenshot and I'm going to drop it in there. So I have my graph loaded in. And then I'm going to answer, does this graph represent growth or decay? And how do you know? So for this one, I know it represents growth because my graph is going up. So my graph is increasing or the y values increase as x values increase, something like that. Write that in here. Next, I'm going to calculate the monthly payment for your loan. So please use the following equation. Look back at the table to do this. So calculate the monthly payment if you're paying off your loan after 3 years. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to figure out whatever this number is. I didn't write it down. I haven't figured it out, but you figured out what that number is. And then you're going to divide that by 36 because 3 years times 12 is 36. Then do the same thing with 7. So go back to that original table. Whatever that number is, divide that by whatever 7 times 12 is. So get those two things. And then please explain in your own words, why would it be better to pay off your loan quickly, say in 3 years? And then why would it be better to pay off your loan slowly, say in 7 years? So there should be advantages and disadvantages for both. Just tell me what those advantages, disadvantages are. Excuse me. So the next thing that you're going to do, we're going to go back, cost of the vehicle again. So I'm going to scroll all the way back up to the top, whatever that number is, so 7,000. I'm going to take that, cost of the vehicle, 7,000. And we're going to use we're going to make a equation for depreciation. Depreciation just means I bought my car at $7,000. After 3 years, I probably can't sell it for $7,000 anymore. The value's gone down. So depending on what kind of vehicle you have, I have a regular car. It's just a Toyota Camry, but depending on what kind of car you have, you'll use one of these 3 rates. So my rate is going to be 15%. And then please take that rate and plug it into that function and make a function out of that. So I'm not going to write the equation again. It's basically the same as before, just this time it's going to be minus. So use that to calculate the value of the vehicle, fill out a table, and of course, graph the equation. Same thing again, go there, plug in whatever your equation is. And finally, explain how you know that graph is going to be growth or decay. So you just need to describe how you know that in a couple sentences. And then that is the end of the project. So it may seem like a lot. I mean, there are quite a few pages. There are 5 whole pages, but if you get to it and you work quickly, I bet you can finish this in under an hour. So you'll have the whole week to work on this. If you have any questions, I'm available twice a day, every day. Or if you have any questions you feel like you just want to email me, you can always just email me. So let me know if you have anything that you need to work on. That's about it. So hope this helps. Good luck on your project, guys. Let me know what's up.